sport as well, I think, suffered from it, especially on Wednesday.
Look at that flag. He's putting down the red flag, picking up the green flag.
Almost there.
Now this is when the hearts start going for sure. And it's a race. Front row goes. They get their tails up. You see John's tail is already up.
D'Alessandro, no wobbling from him. A little bit of a
not at all
meander from Scott Thompson, but he has recovered nicely, and he has taken over the lead.
Can't tell at that angle. Let's see what happens. Oh, yep, Scott is off the ground, headed towards home pylon, or pylon 1. Our second row, the 2 red airplanes, they're up off the ground, and our back row, Tony Higa, Alan Hoover, and the Phantom. Everybody's safely off the runway, so we have a 8-plane race right now.
Well, in the 2A race, Scott Thompson proved to be the best on the ground and in the air. Let's see if he can keep that reputation intact here so far in 2018 in Reno.
One big difference in this race is Phantom didn't race yesterday. So right now, let's watch to see. Phantom is high in the back of the pack right now, and he's up high, but he will be passing everyone, I guarantee it. Maybe not Scott, but let's see what happens.
He's already Mong in the field. Yep.
But what we have coming around 4, 5, and 6 is we have right now our leader is still Scott Thompson, with local guy John D'Alessandro coming in right behind him, and Eric Zine right behind him. Easily identifiable. Yeah, so the Phantom, you can see him already has passed 7, 5, and 6.
Oh boy, that one's on steroids right there.
Yes,
Take
the Phantom is now in 4th place. 1 lap, and he's in 4th place.
Break 32, mayday.
Look at him go.
And 08057, break. Attention all aircraft, emergency in progress.
Sounds like we may have another emergency today. Let's keep our eye on the race for now. There's Scott Thompson in the lead.
John D'Alessandro holding on in 2nd place here. We will keep you apprised of what airplane may or may not have left the race.
When they come by, we'll know which ones are. Here we go. So right now, the leader is still Scott Thompson.
There goes race 66 past the start-finish pylon.
And then John D'Alessandro, and here comes the Phantom, now in 3rd place.
Boy.
Number 62, Andrew Buehler. The gentleman who had the issue yesterday in the right brake, locking up and putting it on the nose, is now in 3rd place and headed for 2nd.
Andrew Buehler, yes.
See how high he is up there? He's got clean air. He knows he's got the extra speed.
Look how fast he's closing on D'Alessandro.
Crazy.
Unbelievably fast. Hey, Scott Thompson is going to be aware of him very, very quickly here. The pass now.
He'll be aware of him as he's passing. There's our leader for now. That's Scott Thompson. Let's see if we can find. There you go. That's what I said. That's the Phantom. Unbelievably fast aircraft.
Phantom is on a rampage here through lap number 2, just about past all the field within 2 laps. Got 1 left to go, and that's Scott Thompson, who is definitely in his sights, and he has taken him.
Andrew Buehler is in the lead. Scott Thompson, number 2. D'Alessandro's number 3.
That is a fast biplane.
It's unbelievable. It's a one-off home built. Tom Aberley built it. I bet you started on a cocktail napkin and then went from there.
Qualifying time was not listed for the Phantom, but you got to figure it was faster probably than race 66 secondhand, which is a fast plane itself. Oh, look at this incredible lead being built up by the Phantom. Andrew Buehler in race 62.
Started in the back, now he's in the lead. Now let's see if he can lap everybody again.
Oh my gosh, it could happen here.
It just sounds amazing.
That's 2nd and 3rd right there that we're looking at, Scott Thompson and John D'Alessandro. Back to the lead. There's the Phantom.
They truck that airplane up as well. It doesn't have much of a fuel tank. Would be difficult, and that's one of those where the canopy has to be put on by a third party. So,
how many pounds of fuel does it take for 20 miles out here for these biplanes?
I think minimum is 10.
10.
Well, we had a guy here race many years ago who's not been invited back and ran out of gas.
Not good.
That's just dumb.
You don't want to do that.
Just put enough in. Looks like our Mayday aircraft is on the ground safely. That was Alan Hoover, number 32, and he is pulling off runway 8 now. Seems to be fine.
All right.
Of course, he's going to be greeted by the fire trucks and talked to and make sure he's all right. And back to the race. There was our Phantom, number 62, Andrew Buehler.
Really very stylized look to this plane right here. It's very different from these other competitors.
You won't see anything else like it. Look at those wings. That's a tapered look. Very light aircraft as well. Doesn't have a starter. We saw the crew out there propping it with the hand crank the propeller.
Will we get a speed figure at some point after the race here, post-race, or is that not available? That would be interesting to see.
His qualifying times, usually they say that the Go Fast day is the qualifying day, and it's qualified over 260 miles an hour.
Oh, my gosh.
It's faster than most of the...
a lot of the sport class.
Well, it's faster than T6 and faster than most of the Formula Ones. So here's our race for second place. That's Scott Thompson. He's still has a lead over John D'Alessandro's white plane, red plane.
John D'Alessandro's making a race out of it for sure against Scott Thompson.
The emergency has been terminated.
Yeah, our Mayday has been terminated. Everybody's good. And back to Scott and John coming around home pylon. This is our white flag. This is our final lap. Let's see if we can find him. He's lapping everybody. There he goes. He's just lapped Tony Higa. And again, he just stays up high in clean air and just does what he does.
Well, he's going to wrap up this race really quickly right
and that's
here.
something. So here's your checkered flag right now. Here comes the Phantom.
Flag, checkered flag.
Andrew Buehler.
Andrew Buehler making it look very, very easy and very, very fast, picking up the win in Biplane Heat 3A.
He actually lapped everyone except the top two, number 2 and number 3. Wow, look at that. Scott Thompson and John D'Alessandro are still battling for second place.
Looks like Scott Thompson has the upper hand here. We're going to find out how it's decided here.
Every time they call it, we're wrong. I'm not going to say anything.
So close, and it's going to be John D'Alessandro.
Oh, my.
Wow.
John D'Alessandro pulled it out. John, number 2. Scott Thompson, number 3.
John saving the best for last right there, but the absolute best was Andrew Buehler in Phantom, race 62. Your
Lapped
winner.
everyone but number 2 and number 3.
Number 3 is downwind number 3.
We're starting to get the landing calls. Well, that was a heck of a race.
That was good stuff.
You don't see that all the time, the plane that starts at the end and comes in first. Watch this.
Yeah, there are blowouts and there are blowouts, but this one was a domination session here by Andrew Buehler in the Phantom.
So
Didn't start out that way.
It did not. It's Scott Thompson on the pole, John D'Alessandro and Eric Zine going all for pylon 1. That's how it started, but that's not how it ended, that's for sure. Here's Scott one more time. John D'Alessandro had his eye on him the whole race.
Yeah, Scott Thompson had the air he wanted for all of 1 and a fraction laps here, and then it wasn't long before he was drawn down on by the Phantom.
Yesterday was his day.